Hi friends, today I'm going to be sharing with you the candy game to teach your team Scrum. The candy game is something that I've facilitated many times with my teams to teach them self-organization, the Deming cycle of plan, do, check and act, the concept of retrospectives, the value of continuous improvement, the Scrum Master role, consensus building techniques, estimation, value of predictability, and the effect of command and control on self-organizing teams. Hi, my name is Anil Jaising. I'm a certified Scrum trainer with Scrum Alliance and an adjunct faculty with the NYU graduate program of project management. The candy game is something that I have learned from my mentors that I co-trained with. So I really thank each and every one of them. How do you facilitate a candy game? Well, I have everybody in the room form a circle. Next, we're going to sequentially pick partners. What do I mean by sequentially? I mean that I'm going to start by picking one of you as my partner. Whoever I pick is then going to pick someone else, not me, as their partner. The person they choose will then pick someone else. We will repeat this process until everyone in the room has been picked by someone. When you pick someone, I want you to walk over to them and introduce yourself and tell the person something about you that is not work related. Something fun, something that is personal, but you could share in an open environment. And if you could raise your hands and keep them raised until you have been picked. This will help people know who has not been picked. I ask them if there are any questions. Partner selection is key to the success of this game. Since I start the process of partner selection, I deliberately pick someone who's on the opposite side of the circle from me. This has the effect of subsequent players selecting partners who are not standing near them. Once everyone has been selected, I introduce the following rules. Have here a large bag full of small bags of candies. Beginning with the person I select, each small bag of candy will be passed partner to partner through this circle until every person has physically touched every bag. We know the round is over when all the small bags of candies are with the person who was picked last. The rules are that the bags must have touched each person's hand. Before they start, I ask them to estimate the time it will take them to pass all the bags around the circle. How long is it going to take for every bag to get through the system and reach the last person? That always leads to lots of discussions, which quickly devolves into over-planning. And people tend to shout out different time estimates with no consensus building inside. So I walk to the middle of the circle and ask, on a Scrum team, what is the role that helps us reach consensus by facilitation? In general, the first answer is the Scrum Master. To which I respond, is there anyone here who would like to volunteer to help us reach consensus of how much time we think this is going to take? When someone volunteers and starts trying to help, there is usually a teaching moment involved. So far, most volunteers tend to try to influence the group rather than build consensus. When that happens, I talk about facilitation differs from participation. How a Scrum Master has to be very careful not to influence a group when facilitating. At this point, I introduce the concept of thumb voting to help the volunteer reach consensus. If you all agree, it's thumbs up. If you are somewhere sideways, it's you don't care. And this is more like we don't agree. And you would want people to either have thumb sideways or thumbs up. Once the group has consensus on their time estimate for round one, I record it on a scoreboard. And when the group is ready, I start the timer and they start. Round one is always a hilarious calamity of chaos as bags of candies are flying all over the place across the circle. Bags are being dropped, people are losing track of things, bags are colliding in midair. By the time all bags have gone through the system, their actual time differs from their estimate anywhere from 35% to 70%. I then say, you're about to have 2 minutes to reflect on what happened and see what you can do to improve your time in the next round. Before we start the reflection time, let's remind you of the rules. All bags must have air when passed, or airtime. You must pass the bag to the person you selected as your partner, and every person should touch every bag. Now in round 2, they actually reposition themselves. So they're standing next to their partners. Some groups remain in a circle while others experiment with other formations. Some groups pass more than one bag at a time. As round 2 and 3 happen, their estimated and actual time get much closer together, and the time it takes to get all the bags through the system is drastically reduced from round 1. They begin to get excited when they hear their actual time from me. The level of enthusiasm clearly increases and they collectively get excited about improvement and self-organization. Once the team completes its 2-minute reflection after round 3, provide their estimate and is about to begin round 4, where they are so enthusiastic about doing really well, I make the following announcement. Good news, I just got promoted. I am now the CCO, the Chief Candy Officer. I've been doing this for years and I know everything there is to know about passing bags of candies. So you need to listen to everything I tell you because I know 100 times more than all of you. Because I know 100 times more than all of you combined about passing bags of candies. Here's what you need to do. You will pass one bag at a time. Passing is done with your left hand only. And when passing, you will use the hook shot method. Catching is done with your right hand only. Never pass with 2 hands. It's wasted motion. Never catch with 2 hands because I said so. And remember, I know a lot more than you. After all, I'm the CCO and you're not. If you drop a bag, that bag comes out of the system and goes back to the beginning. And I'm glad you chose such an aggressive estimate. I'm sure you'll meet it. Ready, set, go. Sometimes round 4 does not start as everyone decides to rebel and not play the game by the new rules. Sometimes round 4 begins. Failure is everywhere. People object to the CCO, but I steamroll right over them. People break rules. Bags are constantly dropping. Then I start getting in people's faces and say, can I have a status report? Of course, more bags drop and people have no idea how to answer me. Yet this feels really like real life to them. As time passes, I start being critical of their progress. Your time this round is horrible. I know this process works. So the problem is you. And an amazing thing happens. People stop caring. I usually end up canceling round 4. Once it passes several minutes and few or no bags get further than halfway down through the system. The debrief of this game is quite powerful. I start by asking, what do you see? This is often met with hostility for the CCO. It's amazing how much the activity of the CCO resonates with the people in their everyday work lives. When I ask, what did you see? They completely ignore the success in the first 3 rounds and zero in right on how angry the CCO made them. It's such an interesting phenomena. Some other questions I ask are, what happened in round 1? How accurate was your estimate? Another question I ask later, how much did your estimates and process improve in round 2 and 3? And then finally, what happened in round 4? What happened when the CCO started telling you what to do? How did you feel in round 1? How did you feel in round 2? How did you feel in round 3? And how did you feel in round 4? Was the CCO constantly asking for a status a helpful thing, or did you find it disruptive? These questions really connect them with how Scrum works and the concept of a self-organizing, self-managing team, the idea of reflection and how does that help them improve as a team, and the whole idea of command and control over self-organization. If you find this game fun, try it with your team and let me know in the comments what happened and how did it work for your team. And if you like games like these that I can share with you, feel free to tell me what topics would you like me to share games with you for. Hope you enjoyed this. Please subscribe to my channel and looking forward to see you next time. Bye.